Hello students, today I am going to teach you the first poem of your English textbook, Dust of Snow. And before I proceed with this poem, I would like to give you a brief introduction of the poet. The poet is Robert Lee Frost. He was a famous American poet, and in his bio you can find that he was born in San Francisco on March 26, 1874, and he had written many works like A Boy's Will, North of Boston, and all. And the most important one was The Road Not Taken, which you had studied last year in your class 9th textbook. And here you will study again his new poem, that is Dust of Snow. So the poem goes like: The way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. In this poem, the poet was sitting under a hemlock tree, and due to the movement of a crow on the top of the tree, the snowflakes fell on the poet, and the poet, who had been spending his day with sorrow and grief, felt joy when the snowflakes fell on him, and therefore he was able to save some part of a day which he had otherwise spoiled, rude. So, even though this poem is very short, consisting of just two stanzas, still there is a lot in this poem. And now we are going to discuss it in detail. First of all, the vocabulary used here: a change of mood means the change in the present condition of mind. Saved, save the day means save the day from being wasted. And rude means he had spoiled that day, wasted that day by regretting. And hemlock is a poisonous tree. So the poem in brief, it says that Dust of Snow is a small poem written by the famous American poet Robert Frost, and the poem is set on a wintry day. In the first stanza, the poet describes a simple natural happening, that the snow is falling heavily, and the snowflakes, they had covered the top of the trees, and the poet is standing under a hemlock tree, and the movement and alighting of a crow on that tree makes the dust of snow fall on the poet, and that saves the day of the poet from being wasted, because when the snowflakes fall on him, he feels joy, and therefore he is able to save the part of his day from being wasted. Here it symbolizes that even the small things can make a big difference in your life. The crow is a symbol of ill omen, and the hemlock tree is also associated with a person is not auspicious things. However, in the second stanza, the falling of snowflakes and the scene leave a tremendous effect on the mental state and mood of the poet. So far, the day of the poet had been quite gloomy and wastage for him, but this simple, ordinary, natural happening, like the falling of snowflakes, it suddenly brings the desired change in his mood. It fills his heart with happiness, and his day is saved from being wasted in regret. Now he has no regret, as the whole of his day has not been wasted. The moments of snowfall and the effect of them on the poet's mood had changed his mental condition and saved the day. They have brought a change in his mood and made him happy and uplifted his spirits. So let us talk about the rhyming scheme and the literary devices which are used in this poem. The rhyming scheme is A B A B C D C D. And the literary devices which are used are alliteration. Alliteration means the occurrence of the same letter or sound at the beginning of adjacent or closely connected words. For example, has given my heart and saved some part. And here you can see has given my heart. Here the H, the first letter of has and heart are same. And in the second line, saved some, both the words are beginning with the letter S. So that is called alliteration. Inversion. When the structure of a sentence is changed by the poet to create rhyme, this poetic license is called inversion. Poetic license means when the poets and the writers they don't follow the grammar rules for making the literary creation very beautiful, for writing any beautiful piece of writing, uh, to make it more beautiful they don't follow the grammar rules. At times they ignore the grammatical rules, that is called poetic license. And at times when the structure of a sentence is changed by the poet to create rhyme, this is called inversion. Means inversion is a type of poetic license. Assonance. In assonance, a vowel sound is very prominent throughout the line, that is called assonance. Like in stanza 1, line 2, shook down on me, O sound is prominent, means it has been repeated again and again. When a vowel is repeated, it is called assonance, and when a consonant is repeated, it is called consonance. Then enjambment, when the same sentence continues to the next line without any use of punctuation marks, it's called enjambment. It has also been used throughout the poem. And then let us talk the submarine points. Again, it's a winter's day. The treetops are covered with masses of snowflakes. The poet was walking under one such a snow-covered tree. The tree was a hemlock tree, a conifer tree which is associated with poisonous qualities, means it's a poisonous tree. And a crow alighted on hemlock tree suddenly, means sat on a hemlock tree suddenly, and the sudden movement of the crow made the mass of snowflakes start falling down the tree, and the snowflakes they fell down upon the poet who was standing under the tree. And well, this sudden movement of the crow and the falling of flakes of snow, it just looked like ordinary happenings, but the falling of fine snowflakes on the poet leaves a tremendous effect on him. Before this, the poet was in a gloomy or despairing mood. However, this beautiful act of nature, even though it is very simple, but still very beautiful act of nature, it has a very comforting effect on him. The fall of snow over him changes his mood and mental state. It fills his heart with happiness. And before this incident happened, his day was not going well for him. That day he was very sad, regretting for something which he did not like. He was feeling very bad. But the falling of snowflakes, it made him realize that his whole day has not been wasted, which he was thinking earlier. And at least the part of the day when he was enjoying the snowflakes had been saved from being ruined, means from being wasted.